So now let's see Ted's exit interview that he got with Emily and see what he's gonna say now that he lost. And I don't know if I did make my little prediction of where he would be placed if he were to get voted out. And I'll probably check that out after. Alright, behind the chaos.
It's that time again. Welcome to Behind the Chaos, where we read 'em and watch 'em weep. Where we always have an ace up our sleeve. Where we look down on our recent losers like a pair of snake eyes.
Jeez, lady, how many more puns you got?
Our writers are paid by the word, not the hour.
Well, I happen to know a different line of work that's much more bang for your buck.
And that career certainly
Which
isn't winning
is
any
gambling.
reality shows. Hello, Ted.
Hiya, Emily. And might I say, that intern shirt looks quite ravishing on you today.
Bruh, stop. Stop flirting with her, bro. You're gonna make the Emily stands mad. You're gonna be like, no, she's my queen. You can't get her.
Such a gentleman. Wait, you were lying, weren't you?
Guilty as charged.
Oh, never mind.
Though it's not your fault. No one looks good in puke green. I would know.
That's not
Getting
puke green.
fashionable
That's
from
like,
a guy that dresses like a choir boy.
yeah.
Squeeze me?
Anyway, voted out third. Damn. Honestly, a little bit shocked myself, and I know the audience was too. A lot of people thought you were going all the way.
That's what I did say. I did say that he was gonna be like a good adversary, but it all depends, because usually the ones that could read like people's what's it called, like their attitudes, it determines if they're gonna win or not. And he did not. He literally said, oh, I could read everyone's poker face, yet he didn't even read the poker face until like the end, until like they told him. They're like, okay, who voted me out? And they had to tell him, oh, it was Logan. And then from there, yeah. And welcome back. Did you watch the video you sent while you were gone? Not yet, because I wanted to finish this one. I wanted to combine this and that with Disventure Camp, because this is the exit interview they gave.
The big game you talked at the beginning go to your head?
But I know it's going to be short.
Not at all. I called people's bluff. The problem with this game is you have to rely on others. Versus poker, where I only need to think about numero uno.
Jeez.
Yeah, poker takes a lot of skill and finesse, but at the end of the day, sometimes a shitty hand is a shitty hand, and there's really not much you can do.
It's like you're making excuses.
He's a sore loser.
All right, you try being a middle-aged dude on a team with 5 women, a confused jock simp, a space cadet coach, and
A simp? He was not even a simp. Where is he getting this idea that Logan was a simp? He's not a simp. Yes, he was confused when, like who does he like? When they did that little challenge. And yes, he's making a friendship with Anastasia, but that's not being a simp. He doesn't like her. Bro. Bro, I feel like some of these characters were just blinded of the game. Jeez.
self-obsessed artist and see how you do.
Ew, someone's salty.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm only human. That's $1 million. So yeah, I'm a bit bummed.
Poker's difficult.
I worked really hard.
Let him
and
try
I still ended up
the
here.
rock.
I think that
What's
would
that?
have been a different story on the red team.
Absolutely. I would have loved to work with someone like Jade. Or maybe even Hannah.
But you still had some connections on your team. You mediating between them was almost wholesome.
Mm-hmm.
Was that all strategy?
Yeah, of course, a good amount of it was.
Turkish
but
Russian card
I also
game?
genuinely cared about him.
Oh, really? Did you feel bad for Richard?
I mean, yeah, I'm sure.
Okay, this is the only part that I'm gonna give him like the benefit of the doubt that he was a chill guy, of obviously trying to mediate from obviously reading the room with like the poker faces, because he did defend Richard for obviously like, you know that he's gay, right? Like obviously gay people could also raise kids. It's not gonna go to the point where I'm like, oh yeah, like they can't because they have this and that. Like Linda had that same mentality, but Richard was a bro. He was a bro to help out Richard and say that, bro, like you gotta understand, this is what happens. We're in this age, so you gotta understand that. It's way harder than poker. If anything, poker is the second easiest card game. First is house. Oh yeah, I remember that
The guy
game.
spent his whole
That's why I don't
life
play that,
dealing with
because I know
bullshit.
that shit I'm gonna lose.
And I guess he kind of reminded me of one of my best buds back home.
Oh.
He's gay too.
Tell me
Okay.
more.
Look, I was never popular myself. I had weird interests and got a lot of flack for being the fat kid. So I always accepted people who were different. Despite what you may believe, not all people my age are ignorant. But that's just the thing.
Linda
Ignorance.
was.
I don't think Linda was trying to be malicious, but her choice of words is just kind of questionable sometimes.
Yes, this is where I'm going with this. But like, it was more to the point that she just doesn't like. She literally said that she's been a mom that just watches the reality shows. Like, I know that there's some reality shows that like have been going into this whole little stance of like being more inclusive, and I'm still surprised that she didn't see that. But then again, I don't know. Like, it all just depends and how they grew up, because it all just depends on how they grew up and how they were raised, to where it shows like how their insight is when it comes to new things.
Speaking of
And new
Linda,
stances,
you
so.
connected with her too. Your conversation about your kids was a fan favorite moment of the show.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, many fans assumed you were playing her.
What?
What's the truth?
No, not at all. I meant every word.
Okay.
I'm a dad, and I care about my kid, Nate, a lot. It was just nice to find someone else who understood my frustrations as a parent, so my mask slipped a little bit.
What do you mean your frustration as a parent, bro? When you're a parent, you're obviously gonna have your ups and your downs when it comes to like having a kid, because obviously you made that kid. Your essence and your partner's essence combined together to fuse and become what it is. Your own little prodigy, your own little thing that you could call a kid. That is yours, bro. Literally saying, "Oh, I have issues with my kid," 'cause it happens. That's the whole point of life. Because obviously, you also fell in that little stance as well, sir. You also was what's it called? You were probably a son that was also a bastard to your dad. And then it comes to a point that you have to rely on your dad, because obviously you need that motivation, that advice and stuff like that. It comes with benefits, and it also comes with little downfalls, but those little downfalls could be blossoming into a moment of making bonds with your child, instead of just becoming, oh, like, I'm just gonna let them do their own thing. Oh, they hate me, so yeah, like, I'm okay of them hating me. Like, I know life is rough. I'm gonna drink my problems away. I'm gonna gamble my lives away. No, dude. It just comes with moments that sometimes are hard, because obviously, like, they grow up and they become like how you were. Like, they could be mean to you. They could be this. They could be that. It's just the whole point of life. We've been in that little route. So understand that, sir.
I won't sue you, but the Moms Against Disventure camp might after episode 1. How's it feel knowing your bare behind was seen by the entire world?
Ugh, no comment.
Oh, come on, you can't hide from it.
No, look, nature isn't my forte, okay?
And then you got vomited on.
All right, well, when you put it all together like that, it looks bad, okay? My time on the show was rough. But hey, the game's not over until it's over. I want to come back with a vengeance.
We will see if you get the chance, but it seems you bet all your chips.
Oh.
Did you really trust Logan?
God, no. I figured he was most likely to flip, easily influenced and such. But at that point, I had no power. I managed to rope in Linda, but outside of her, the girls were unwavering. I had no choice but to take a huge gamble. And if
Yeah, but like the thing is with Logan is that he is more like open, and he wants to be more inclusive, because like he is he's a very athletic and gifted person, but like he doesn't want to show that, because he doesn't want to be treated differently. And obviously in this game he's more into like, I want to see like who I'm gonna team up with, who can obviously like help me out, like define me. And he's learning that throughout the game. Who writes these lines? Shakespeare for Ted? Are you liking Ted's character?
I was gonna go down, I was gonna go down swinging.
Anyone you're rooting for at this point?
Not really.
Richard?
Though I do have a soft spot for Isabel. If she turns out as crafty as I suspected her to be, well, that's the kind of player I have the most respect for.
So,
The
how
nun.
about that home life? I feel we don't know much about you other than the fact that you're a poker player.
Yeah.
And for good reason. I knew the amount of attention this show would give me, so I don't speak much about my family to protect their privacy. But I'll say this much.
Okay.
My son is smart. Like, really smart. Like, astrophysics and quantum mechanics.
Oh,
and
shit.
my wife is one of the warmest people you'll meet. But she's
Then why are you having problems? Well, look who it is. That's the problem. You, sir, because you gamble on possibly everything, and you're probably fucking it up. So now I know who is the one that is messing up. Oh, I have problems at home. I have a kid, and I also have a wife. But I understand your frustration. Well, I'm a gambler, so obviously, like, I play my cards right, and I win. Bro, if you're this gifted player of poker and all these other games, then you should be the one that should be really happy because you're making all that dough and not losing. Why are you having such a rough life with your family?
saw
Telling
me,
you,
you'll
it's in the
never
lines,
know.
bro.
Aw, come on. Is it really that hard to believe? I mean, have you seen the amount of fans thirsting for you? Calling you a teddy bear and...
I
What?
was pretty caught off guard by that, which isn't easy to do.
Man, don't get too flustered. You're already in the hot seat after all.
Can we move on?
As much as I want to
Damn,
keep
he has a
going,
fan base.
you're
I'm sorry,
right that
guys,
we are
but this is
indeed
just my
running out of
criticisms.
time. So, one last question. Any advice for those out there that may want to pursue unconventional careers like yourself?
Yeah. Know what you're good at, and don't be ashamed of it. I know it's cliche, but it's your life, so do what you want. And also, be ready to work your ass off.
All right. There goes my little respect meter. So obviously there's the love and hate of this character that, yeah, I love whenever he has his lines of, yeah, in this little area of obviously being this player of poker and reading poker faces and doing all this, like, I know that in the end of the day, like, I also have a respected family who obviously, like, did their own thing that they're good at, and I respect that. And obviously, I also really respect that he literally, like, gives that little line of do what you're good at and just be aware that it might be a lot of work, but still, it still didn't, it still goes with me with this piece of crap attitude, that, yeah, I knew that he was going to be like that, but, like, still, some respect for this guy, because he's mature, but he also has his immature moments.
I don't sugarcoat things. It's gonna be a lot of hardships and questioning what the hell you're doing with your life.
Yeah.
So keep the reminder of why you do what you do in your back pocket.
Sound advice from a growing man who plays games for a living.
Oh, sorry,
True.
is the glorified TMZ interviewer talking smack?
Touche.
Ooh.
Watch it before I push you off this boat.
Do it and I'll pull
Oh,
you down
they're in
with
the
me,
boat.
just like Amelie.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you to Mr. Ted Gordon for his reflections. And tune in next time to hear from our next contestant whose dream goes down the tubes.
Peace
Damn.
out, suckers. Oh, and hit me up if you need some help on that Balatro game. I can give you a few tips.
Oh, brother.
He's like, I'm gonna get the next gambler here. Okay, I really like that little aspect where what the hell? Oh, what was I gonna say? But I like the little interview because it, like I said, it expresses who they are as a person, and obviously, like, we were able to see a little bit of their home life, and obviously, like, their, like, what were their feelings and stuff like that. And I really love that. I really love that in this one it has the little aspect of total drama where they get voted out, but they also give, like, their little things about them. Maybe it was the auditions. We already got the auditions first, so we get to understand who these new characters are. But in this one, we get their thoughts about the game, about, like, their life, about, like, stuff like that that we don't know about them, and we got to see a little bit of these said people that were voted out. And I really love that, and I can't wait to see who is going to be the next one that's going to explain more of their background and their stories and their life. But also it sucks because I don't want like someone that I really liked in this game to get voted out. I just wanted them to keep going and keep going and keep going. Do I have a favorite one? Not yet. Like it's hard to tell because everyone is like equally gifted with their little qualities that they got, and also their qualities that they use in this game make it a lot more hard. So a little rough, but we'll see what's gonna happen in episode 5. So I can't wait to see what's gonna happen in Disventure Camp Carnival of Chaos. Awesome.